Well, do we have viewer mail?
Yes, we do.
Well, kind of.
Here's one, kind of.
Kind of.
This is from Scott, and Scott asks, or he says, I love the way you approach economics in your podcast.
Thank you, Scott.
I had a hard time listening to your last two podcasts due to audio technical issues. Can I help you fix it?
Oh. Oh,
we need help, Scott.
We need help so bad. Please come over and help me fix it. No, I'm really sorry about that. I obviously am not I know a little bit about technology, but that's not my main thing. And I'm doing this pretty much all by myself. I've had some help. Apple one-to-one training helps a little bit. I've had some help from Alex Bridgman, but I'm kind of on my own here, and so when I have an issue after I've recorded the podcast, I kind of fix it as best I can. So, Scott, I might be taking you up on that, but it's nice that he likes our show, so thank you so much.
We're working on the technical issues.
Yeah, so.
Well, here's a question for you.
Okay.
How does a company get picked for the S&P 500?
Good question, because they just changed the S&P 500 today, and so it's market cap based. So if you take your shares times the price, that gives you your market capitalization, or the amount of money that the company would be sold for at the market price. And so the bigger the market cap, the bigger the company. And the S&P 500 is simply the 500 largest companies in the United States. So they had thrown out a couple of companies today, and they threw some in to replace them, so there's always 500 names in it.
So here's some of the new ones that just joined today. So it was F5 Networks, Netflix, and Newfield Exploration. Well, I've heard of F5 and Netflix, but I guess this other one's growing pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And they just replaced New York Times, Office Depot, and Kodak. Kodak's been around for a long time.
They used to be in the Dow. They used to be in the Dow. They were in the Dow 30, which is like the big industrial index. Yeah. So think about what happened. Netflix came in, F5 and Networks came in, the New York Times went out, and Kodak went out. So this
big old companies aren't happy.
It's simply a move from the old way to do things to the new way. We're moving into the digital age. And so the New York Times, which made all of its money on printing newspapers and mailing them out, is losing to all of the internet sites that you can get news from. And of course, Kodak, digital pictures.
Cameras.
I mean, I can remember when you could only take one family photo because it cost money to develop the pictures. And, you know, the family photo was like one, and that's it. So everybody's got to smile right. Now, well, anybody who doesn't know this tip.
Just keep taking pictures and see which one works.
Absolutely. Anybody who doesn't know this tip, the key to taking great photographs is taking a lot of photographs. And since digital cards are full, I mean, how many photographs did we take? We took like...
Erase.
Oh, you just erase them if they're bad. You take 16 photos of anything you want. I took Thanksgiving photos. I must take 25 photos of the same thing. But eventually you get that one shot where everybody's smiling, and that's the one that matters. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. The key here for investing in financial planning in your financial life is look what happened. Great companies slipped out of being big companies because the times changed. And so when you're thinking about your own investments and your own life, think about what's coming in the future and position yourself accordingly. So
sounds good. And the takeaway?
So the takeaway is the New York Times and Kodak fell like buggy whip manufacturers and carriage manufacturers of a century ago. Netflix has risen in the digital age. Look out that foggy window at your business, at your job, and at your investments, and consider if they are more like Kodak or Netflix.